Thanks, David.
There are two offensives underway in the war against ISIS currently. The Iraqi forces are closing in on Fallujah, and Kurdish forces are operating north of Raqqa, in both cases with US-led coalition support.
Yeah.
If, and obviously, hopefully, if these offences are successful in dislodging ISIS from these two centres, you'll essentially have brought a Shiite force into Fallujah and a Kurdish force into Raqqa. Both of these cities were formerly largely populated by Sunni Arabs. Is there any concern that, on a broader strategic position, this will cause concern in the Sunni Arab world, and particularly among the communities in these towns who are presumably looking forward to being liberated from ISIS, but don't necessarily want to fall under the Iraqi Popular Mobilization Forces or the Kurdish YPG?
Let me start with Raqqa, and we have. Speaking more broadly, and I cannot speak specifically to the force composition that is now engaged outside of Raqqa, but more broadly, we have been working to diversify the Syrian Democratic Forces, the SDF, and what we've seen on the ground is frankly indicative of that. I can say that the force that successfully took Shadadi, I think a few weeks ago, was 60% Kurd and 40% Arab and other elements. And this reflects some of the training that we've been doing, DOD, Department of Defense, has been conducting, that has seen greater influx of Arab fighters. I think they just graduated a class of 200 additional Arabs who are joining this fight. There's another class poised to graduate that's another additional 200. And so, in answer to the first part of your question is, yes, we're cognizant of the need to have diversified forces conducting these kinds of operations, given the sensitivities of the communities that they're liberating. And then specifically on Raqqa, we have seen, I think the Kurds themselves have said publicly that they understand the political dimensions of this fight, and that it would need to be a predominantly Arab force liberating Arab areas in Syria. So we're cognizant of that. We're trying to work around that with the forces that we have. We're trying to make them more diversified, but we're certainly sensitive to the viewpoints and the sensitivities of these populations. And the same goes with Iraq and Fallujah. I think the government is well aware that this community in Fallujah is concerned about who their liberators are.
Publicly that they are cognizant of the risk, as you say. The Kurds also said publicly, and here I'm speaking directly about the YPG, they have said publicly that they are being directly armed by American forces, and that's a thing that you, from this podium, I believe, have denied, that the YPG is itself receiving direct support.
Right, we are playing an advise and assist role. But assisting is not specifically providing 60%
arms. 60% Kurds who make up the SDF, they're YPG, aren't they?
They are. Yep, that's correct.